Wasn't nobody gonna come save me now, you know what I mean? I was grown, and I had parents like that, you know what I mean? Like, you think you grown, all right, we're gonna let you be grown, you know what I mean? So it wasn't like my parents was coming to save me when I went to Wood or when I got locked up, you know what I mean? I was there. It's like, Dad, you must like that song. I'm like, yeah. I'm sitting here telling her, like, you don't know. Like, we used to, when I was in school, we used to da-da-da. She like, well, why you don't do your own? I'm like, you know what? All right, bet. I mean, man, it was a thing of like, I just wondered, like, man, I know he wasn't a good dude, you know what I'm saying? So is he really burning in hell right now?
All right, guys, I'm A-Way, and this A-Way The Shed. Today we got 3FB, Cezzy.
What's the deal?
Yes, sir. Take us back, man. Where were you? Were you growing up? Both parents? Give us all of it.
All right, you know, 3FB, Cezzy. I grew up heart of the South Side, man, here in Fort Wayne, born and raised, you know what I'm saying? Went to schools like Village Elementary, Prince Chapman, Harding from my high school. Shout out to all my people from Harding. But yeah, man, elementary. I've been rapping since about elementary school, you know what I'm saying? A little bit before that, but, you know, elementary school, of course, like in high school, we grew up on a battle rapping tip, you know what I mean? So I was doing a little bit of that, you know. Been rapping with my homeboys. Of course, we did like the group thing, you know. Tycoon, shout out to my guy Streets. I rapped with him a lot. I got a lot of stuff on YouTube with my guy. A couple mixtapes with him, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I've been doing this for a little long time, man. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, man. Let's get to your childhood, man. Let's figure out who you are as a person. I want to learn.
As a person, man, I am who I am, you know what I mean? But man, I grew up, like I said, heart of the South Side. I ain't gonna get on here acting like I grew up all poor and then, you know, we were straight. I ain't do a two-parent household, you know. My dad separated from my mom when I was about 2, 3, you know what I'm saying? But he was in my life, don't get it twisted. I always had my dad, you know what I mean? I was a weekend dude with my dad, you know, every weekend type shit. So, you know, I grew up in the household with my mom, though. 2 sisters, I was the only boy, you know. I stayed kicked out of school, so I kind of had to grow up a little fast, you know what I mean? I stayed kicked out of school, so I've been, you know, staying at home by myself and shit like that for a long time. My mom always worked 2 jobs, you know, stuff like that, so had to, you know, grow up real fast. Took care of my sisters. I got an older sister and a little sister. I'm the middle child, only boy, like I said, so
Yeah.
had to do it like that.
Hell yeah. Now, out of high school, did you just go straight into, were you focused on rap? What was your mindset?
Well, I ain't really finished high school. And like I said, I was a badass kid, man. So I ain't really finished high school. I dropped out of high school when I was in the 10th grade. And fresh out of high school, no, I'm not going to act like I was going straight to the rap, you know what I mean? I was doing other shit. I was in the streets, you know, running the streets, shit like that, you know what I mean? I wasn't really focused, you know, strictly on rap and trying to make it out the hood on it, but rap was my hobby, and you know what I'm saying, that was the thing that I liked to do. So yeah, it was, you know, gave me more time to be in the studio, shit like that, you know what I mean? But it wasn't really one of them things that I, you know, planned or hoped to make it out off of, you know what I mean? But you know how that go.
Were you just focused on making money when you?
Yeah, basically I was just in the streets trying to make some money, you know what I mean, some fast money. I mean, school ain't for everybody, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. School ain't for everybody, so I wasn't pressed to stay there. And plus, back then, we was doing like the Mark Outlaws, you know what I'm saying, the little anthus, you know, little side things to get your GED. So when I figured out about that, you know what I mean, I was getting in so much trouble in school, like getting locked up from school and shit like that. I kind of got tired of that, so I kind of took the GED way out.
Was it more or less just fights at school that you were getting in trouble for?
Yeah, fights, and I had a lot of problem with authority, I think. You know what I mean? I ain't like nobody telling me what to, well, not necessarily what to do. Like, I know I had to have authority, but it was just, you know, give respect, you know what I mean? And at a school like Harding, we had some tough teachers, you know what I mean? Some tough teachers in the office, and so it was kind of a thing like that, like how the teachers would talk to me, I would react off of that, you know what I mean? And back then I was quick to react, you know what I mean? I was a hothead, I ain't think about it, but if I had a chance to do it different, I definitely would. I probably would have, you know, stayed in school and did my thing, you know what I mean? I was just too high headed, man. It wasn't for me. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So what was going on as you were transitioning into adulthood? I know you said immediately you dropped out, but then you got you were focused on GED.
Yeah.
What was going on? What changed for you to focus, to slow
Man, a
down?
lot changed. Like I said, that I thought I was grown before that, but that right there, you know what I mean? I had to get out there on my own. And my mom, at that time, my mom was like, you know, you got to go. So that's when I started staying with my dad and really kind of, you know, my dad was always at work or moving around, so I never, you know what I mean? We was, you know, tight, but we was, you know, he was doing his own thing, I was doing my own thing, and I was growing up, you know what I mean? So I was running around in the streets. A lot changed, man. A lot of my homeboys, you know, I lost my best friend 2013. He got killed by the police.
Yeah.
R.I.P. my nigga. Yeah, man. But man, a lot had changed, man, with that. You know what I mean? Having a, you know, parents, you know, giving you stuff. You know what I'm saying? To having to get it on your own, it was real different. You know what I'm saying? But I started, you know, in the streets, of course, you know what I mean? I did the job thing, too, you know what I mean? I made my own money as a youngster, you know what I'm saying? So I was pretty cool, and then it was like partying, you know what I mean? Shit like that, started drinking, you know, so a lot had changed, really. It was just had to grow up, for real, and this was the real now, you know what I mean? When nobody gonna come save me now, you know what I mean? I was grown, and I had parents like that, you know what I mean? Like, you think you grown? All right, we're gonna let you be grown, you know what I mean? So it wasn't like my parents was coming to save me when I went to Wood or when I got locked up, you know what I mean? I was there, like, you know what I mean? They wasn't running to the red. Of course, they was, you know, answering the phone or some stuff like that, but I had to deal with that on my own. So that was the biggest change for me, having to deal with a lot on my own and see that, you know what I mean? See things that I've seen, experience the things that I experienced, but I wouldn't change it for the world, you know what I mean? Made me who I am today, so.
Yeah. Nice.
That's what it is.
You said you lost your friend to a police interaction. Has that shaped your view on the police at all, or reform, or anything of that nature? That
and a lot of other shit. You know what I mean? I mean, you see it just like I see it. A lot of other shit then shaped that. You know what I mean? Of course, like back when we was young, it wasn't. I don't think we was paying attention to it. You know what I mean? But that shit been going on for a while, man. You know, history repeats itself. So, you know, we had our time with the what was that, the Rodney King, you know, all of that, and Michael Brown, and I think the police just killed a little girl, you know, like last month or something. I don't know her name, sorry for that, but, you know, shout out to her and her people. I know her dad, but, you know, shout out to her and her people, but that definitely did shape mine when it was one of mine, of course, you know what I'm saying? So that did shape my view a little bit and change my view on it, you know what I mean? I'm scared of the police, fuck that, like, shit, I'm pulling over to a crowded area, you know what I'm saying? Because of course now they got the open carry law. I feel like they gonna think everybody got a gun on.
Yeah, that's true.
I ain't playing about that. I got kids I gotta raise. I got 4 kids I gotta raise, man. So I'm trying to make it home. I ain't gonna play with them. I ain't gonna give them no reason to kill me.
Hell yeah. Now, when did you have your first kid?
I had my first kid at 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my baby, man. My oldest, and I got 2 other girls. I have a son. He not biological mine, but that's my boy. I raise him like my own. You know what I mean? So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want any more going forward, or?
I say I don't, but of course when I get rich, I'm gonna have as many kids as I want to. You know what I mean? So, and I'm gonna get rich. So yeah, I'm gonna have about 4 or 5 more with the same girl. Though. I gotta be with the same girl. I can't be just spreading kids all around, you know what I'm saying? I gotta stick with the same one, so I'm gonna stick with the same one on the kid too.
Hell yeah. Now, when did rap start to come back into your life, would you say?
Man, just really, I'm gonna say about 3 years ago, bro, for real. Not even 3 years ago, probably about less than that, like 2 years ago. And it's funny because my oldest, she the one that told me to start rapping again. We was listening to, I remember like it was yesterday, we was riding, we was listening to a Gucci Man song. And back then, you know how they had the gangsta grills, the beat drops and all of that. And she seen how hype I was getting off of it. And she was like, Dad, you must like that song. I'm like, yeah. I'm sitting here telling her, like, you don't know. Like, we used to, when I was in school, we used to da-da-da. She like, well, why you don't do your own? I'm like, you know what? All right, bet. I am. And that's when I really started doing it. You know what I mean? That's where, I mean, it was named something different. I just named it Franklin Saint, but that's when I started that project right there. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So she the one that got me back on that. For real.
Now, what do you think about Fort Wayne as a city?
I
Do you love
love
the
Fort
city?
Wayne. That's my city, man. I
Yeah.
love Fort Wayne. I'm not gonna sit here and downplay it, however. I love Fort Wayne, man. Fort Wayne made me. Of course, you know it ain't shit to do. We're a small town, but Fort Wayne is. I love Fort Wayne, man. It's my city. I'm gonna rep it when I'm at the top. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it on my back as well as everybody else. So.
Hell yeah. And I know you said you got kids. Is it a great spot for kids to be raised here, would you say?
Yeah, now, you know what I mean, but I don't plan on staying here for too long. I plan on being gone in the next about 2 years, honestly. 1 year, 2 years, you know what I mean? I plan on going up probably like Nevada area, Arizona, or somewhere like that.
What is there a music connection or is there
Not
family?
really a music connection, not really a family connection, just I feel like I outgrew Fort Wayne now, you know what I mean? And I don't feel like it's too much here for me, you know what I mean? And then on the music connection, I definitely want to move forward with that, and I don't feel like Fort Wayne is the spot to do that, you know what I mean? Like, as far as just how everything going, you know, it's like, I feel like everybody's just real tight-knit, you know what I mean? They're going to stick with their clique, they're going to stick with their side, you know what I mean? So as far as coming together, I see it now, you know what I mean? More coming together and more of the city coming together, but I don't see it, you know, I don't see I'm not gonna say I don't see it going far. I just don't see me, you know, making too many connections here to take me where I need to go.
Okay. But overall, what do you think of the Fort Wayne music scene? Do you think we'll reach a point to where we can be our own music mini capital, have some major artists?
Oh yeah, definitely. We got some major artists now. Rags, Easy Rags, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Scoop. Who else? Glory. I feel like Glory. Real, you know, talented, you know what I mean? I feel like he real underrated a lot. He don't get a lot of recognition like he should, but he one of my favorites. My boy Griff, Money Griff, he definitely one of my favorites. Another person that don't get a lot of credit, but yeah, man, we got a lot of talent on the female side. Nida Dawn, I've been listening to her a lot. She cold. Who else? Niecy Code, you know, on the rap shit. We got a lot of talent here. So, yeah, I definitely see a lot going on, you know what I mean? And it ain't just on the rap scene. It's a lot of other things going on, too, you know what I mean? There's a lot of shit going on in the works. So, I see Fort Wayne doing big things, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Where do you see yourself in the next few years in Nevada? What are you doing?
Man, I'm going to push real hard on the music, man. I know, you know. I like I said back in the day, I didn't think music was gonna be a way out, you know what I mean? But now I feel like I done grown to a point. It's like I'm not even looking for it to be a way out no more. You know what I mean? I'm just doing what I love. You know what I mean? And with doing what you love, you gonna get the reward anyway. You know what I mean? So, and I always love music. My kids love music. You know what I mean? My woman love music. So we a musical family. You feel me? So I feel like that's of course with that, you know, we got other outlets, YouTube, you know, social media. Social media is crazy right now. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, I ain't gonna say rap would be my only way out. Maybe it's gonna be YouTube, or maybe it's gonna be this, maybe it's gonna be that, but that's what I plan on focusing on in the next few years, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say content creating, but yeah, content creating and getting my kids into it, and you know what I mean? Because they want to do that stuff too. They want to do their own YouTube, of course, so I'm gonna get my kids into that, and man, just a lot more other stuff, man. I got a lot in the works, man. I'm one of them type of dudes, man. I get my hands in a lot of shit, you know what I mean? So I'm one of them.
Hell yeah. What does a day-to-day look like? When you wake up, what do you do?
Man, I'm just your regular dude, man. I'm everyday father. You know, I wake up, go to work just like everybody, you know what I'm saying? I come home to my children. That's all I do. I'm out the way now, you know what I mean? Back in the day, if you would have talked to me, you know, 5, 6, 7 years ago before my first, it would have been way more exciting, you know what I mean? I would have told you I'd jump up and grab a bottle, spark a blunt. It ain't like that no more, man. I done grew up. I'm 31 now, man. I got too many kids, I don't be out here playing no more, you know what I mean? I don't be out here playing with my life, you feel me? So I wake up and get right to it, you know what I mean? Get them kids ready for school, make sure they eat, make sure everybody's straight. I lay it down, make sure home's straight, you know, wake up, go to work, do my thing, bro. Literally, I ain't gonna play like I got this exciting, you know what I mean? I mean, of course I do my thing, you know, weekends, we can get it on, but everyday life, I'm a father, bro.
Hell yeah.
Literally.
I feel that.
I'm a father.
So we're going back to that. When did you first start smoking or drinking?
I don't really drink like that no more, I ain't gonna lie, man. But I've been smoking weed for so long, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, shit, I'm a weed advocate. I don't care. I don't think nothing bad about it. When you ever heard of somebody dying off some weed?
No, for real.
I haven't, so I know y'all haven't. So. But the drinking, I kind of cut that out. I like a few years ago, partying with my homeboys. You know what I'm saying? And real bad episode that I had. You know what I'm saying? That kind of slowed me down, and my woman was like, "Hey, cut it out or we out." You feel me? So I had to wrap that up. But I'll pop a bottle of champagne quick or some shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm a weed smoker though, for real.
How old were you when you first started?
Man, let me see. Bro, I had to be about, no exaggeration, I had to be about 9.
Yeah, you want to tell us what are you doing?
Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. Shit. Bro, the first time I ever hit the weed, I was in 3 Fountains. My auntie and my stepsister was outside smoking weed, and they had dropped the roach. It was still about that big. And I snuck and did some shit, you know what I mean? I, put my foot by it and tried to pick it up, try to turn around and hit it, but they seen me hit it. You know what I mean? I was hitting it wrong, and they seen me hit it. And my stepsister was like, nigga, all right, you gonna be smoking, nigga, do it right. And she opened the motherfucking side for me, and I took that one hit, bro, and I was fucked up, I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't even walk straight, bro. Like my vision went blurry and shit. And after that, I don't even think I really like started smoking heavy after that. I ain't gonna lie and say like I did. I was young. I ain't know where to get it from or no shit like that. Like I was in a time where I was stealing it out the ashtray from my grandpa and shit like that, and from his, you know what I mean, shit like that. So I ain't really know where to get it from. But like when I got older, about 12, 13, it was on. When I already knew where to get it from, you know what I mean? And I'm the youngest of everybody that I hang with, so I hang with older cats, so they always had the weed.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you see Indiana legalizing it in the next 10 years?
I hope so. Yeah, for sure. And it's already legalizing with Ohio. So,
and Michigan and Illinois.
So, surrounding areas, so we getting close, but they need to, man. Weed ain't never hurt nobody. So they need to if they want to make some money, and you know they gonna do that.
Do you think they should release those or people that have been incarcerated before?
For sure. If they doing it in other states, why not? You know what I mean? Especially with weed charges and, shit like that. It's people that's
got life.
There. Yeah, you know what I mean? For weed. You know what I mean? For some shit that's legal now. That don't seem fair to me. Especially if, you know what I mean? If you, I don't give a damn if it was back then or what. If y'all found something that make it legal now, why not let me out? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Technically, I wasn't doing shit wrong back then.
Fact.
But, hey, you know how this should be, man.
They said because it's still classified still as a class 1 drug, which is insane.
That's crazy. I don't get it. Like
they put it with meth.
Ain't nobody ever got harmed off of no weed, you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody be having no episodes off of that shit. They legalize it, I bet you that'll slow a lot of more shit down.
Yeah.
I bet you. People will sit their ass down and start reading for real now.
Yeah. Are you spiritual or are you religious? How do you go about that into your day-to-day life?
Man, I can go all day about that. I'm not religious. I'll say spiritual, definitely. But, I grew up in a religious household, you know what I mean, with my mom and, my grandpa. They was all into church. Everybody was into church, I was in the church at one point, mime dancing. I was in the church, real big at one point. But when I got to a point where I can think for myself, you know what I'm saying, it was more like, all right, what we doing here, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, what really did that, my homeboy, like I said, my best friend passing on me in 2013, man. It was a thing of like, I just wondered like, man, I know he wasn't no good dude, you know what I'm saying? So is he really burning in hell right now? You know what I'm saying? That was my biggest question. Like, where did he go? You know what I mean? Of course, I had other people die before him, like my grandmas, you know what I mean, my grandparents, shit like that. But it hit you way harder when it's somebody that you with every single day. You know what I mean? Day in, day out. So when that had happened, that was my biggest question. Like, where he at right now? Is he really burning in hell? And I know that ain't how it go. You know what I mean? So that's where I started doing my own research. And now, where I'm at in life right now, man, I got a totally different belief on how this shit go. I do a lot of reading and studying on Dolores Cannon. I don't know if you
I'm not
know nothing
familiar
about her, but Dolores Cannon, that's who I kind of got a lot of my spiritual information from, I would say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do a lot of studying on her, bro, and like I said, bro, I can go on about that all day, but I got a totally different belief of what go on now.
What do you think happens after death?
We keep going. Energy don't die. You know what I'm saying? And I know we all energy right now. Everything that we doing right now is energy. That camera energy, these lights, energy, everything is energy, and energy don't die. We keep going. You know what I mean? I believe that when we go on, bro, we got another mission. You know what I mean? I believe in reincarnation too. You know what I mean? So I believe that you can come back and, you know, do this shit over again, you know, but you're gonna have, I believe in karma too, you know what I mean? So when you come back, it's gonna be the same thing. But we got missions here. That's what I believe. Like, Earth is a school, you know what I mean? Earth is a school, and we got a lot to learn. We stuck on the wheel of karma here, and that's why history keep repeating itself, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, I can go on all day, but
Hell yeah.
ascension, I believe in ascension now, you know what I mean? I know you done heard about that. Like, I believe the earth is ascending, and that's why a lot of people is coming back to the roots of how shit really supposed to be, you know what I mean? What we supposed to really eat, how we supposed to really treat the earth, how we supposed to really treat ourselves, you know what I mean? Shit like that, so.
Do you believe if you live good, do you get put in a better position in reincarnation, or in your beliefs, or is it all just random?
I wouldn't say in a better position. And like I said, I really ain't got that far yet, but I do know it's more of a choice. You know what I mean? Like, when you do pass over to the other side, you know, you're gonna have that review of your life. You're gonna see what you done did, you know, the good and the bad, but you're gonna see that bad, and some people be like, okay, you know, I gotta go do that over, you know, and you got that choice. Like, yeah, I gotta go do that over. But maybe it'll be with, you know, a different family, maybe it'll be with the same family, you know what I mean? But yeah, I believe, I wouldn't say it puts you in a better position for a reincarnation. I just believe that right now, doing the work that we do, that's what's gonna put us in a better position anyway. You know what I mean? Doing the work that we do right now. Like, right now.
Hell yeah. Where do you get your inspiration from for your music? Do you write everyday life, old stories? What do you?
Old stories for sure, you know what I mean? I feel like I got a story to tell now. Back then, when I did stop rapping, I stopped rapping for a reason. You know what I mean? I felt like what I was rapping about, I was lying. You know what I mean? Like, I was rapping about all these fast cars and all these stacks of money and shit, and I didn't have it. You know what I mean? So I got to a point in my life where I'm like, you know what? I ain't about to be like these other motherfuckers. Like, these other motherfuckers out here lying. You know what I mean? Like, who am I to just jump in and they gonna think that my story real? You know what I'm saying? I wanted to have that shit that I was talking about before I actually got back in here and really started doing it. You know what I'm saying? And shit, now I do. So y'all about to hear me.
Hell yeah. Is this gonna be a big year for you?
Yes, definitely. And every year to come from now on. I ain't playing with this shit no more, bro. Like, I've been playing for too long, man. You know what I mean? Just sitting back, letting time fly, you know what I mean? And it's time now. Like I said, I got kids, you know what I mean? And like I said, I don't plan on this being the way out, but the way I believe in life, bro, I'm just going after what I love and doing everything that I love, you know what I mean? Instead of doing everything that just don't make sense, you know what I mean? I was running around here in the streets doing all this dumb shit for what? Where was that gonna get me? You know what I mean? Versus me being a father, you know, me staying out the way, me just doing my music, and me, you know, just going with at my own pace and in my own lane. I see better outcome from that than what I was doing here. You know what I mean? So yeah, moving forward, everything big.
Yeah. Do you have a message to those that are supporting you right now?
stick with me, because it's on. They know it. Whoever supported me, they know it. If they supported me, they supported me for a reason. So you already see what's going on. You already see it in me. If you ain't supporting me, get into them, fuck with me. But it's on, though. They know.
Hell yeah.
I ain't got to.
Are you on all platforms?
Not right now. Like I said, I'm transitioning right now, so they could definitely catch me on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm transitioning, man. I'm just getting back in here. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to, get this shit out here. That's how I ran into you. I seen your platform, and I definitely like what you're doing. You know what I mean? So I had to come fuck with you.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for stopping by, man.
No doubt.